Just get this out of the way at the beginning. Your online presence isn't very good. And you probably feel inside like, wait, why don't I like my content? Why don't I enjoy creating my content? Why don't I feel like the actual thoughts in my head translate to the camera when I go to share them? And none of it's resonating with anyone anyway. You're not wrong. You're not crazy. Your online presence is shitty, but we can fix that, okay? And I say this coming off of the heels of a one-on-one conversation that I had with a client earlier today. That just reminded me how potent this work and conversation can be in a way that I'm just not hearing anyone else have. I, by the way, have built my platform to over 900,000 across TikTok, Instagram, etc. And I've done it just by doing this, just by sitting down and without much of a preconceived notion, just sharing my thoughts and my feelings spontaneously. The reason your online presence sucks is your content doesn't actually feel or sound like you. But that's because you don't even really know who you are. Chances are you're actually speaking and sharing in such a way that you think is real or approximates as authentic as you think you can be, but that realness isn't true. You are, whether you recognize it or not, performing a calculated version of yourself that you've actually built in the real world. And content is really just a mirror for who you are out there. The version of yourself in the real world is a people-pleasing self. You've curated, you've shoved down, you've muted things, you've shape-shifted to be acceptable, to be tolerable. So you're actually being a version of yourself in your content that is born out of habit, of just this person you've been for a really long time. But the reason it's not resonating with other people, the reason it doesn't feel like you is because it isn't you. It's not actually at your core the truest version of you that you could be. And I say this having been an actor on Broadway and understanding what it feels like to play a character. And sometimes that character can feel like it lives really, really, really close to you, so close that you don't always see the difference or the gap between self and the performance. That's what I do for my clients, right? I come in and watch your content and meet you and go like, okay, cool. I see where the disconnect is here and I help you close it. But we do that first by regulating your nervous system so that you don't show up on camera and feel like your mind goes completely blank. I help you understand the story you're here to tell, and then I give you the tools and the techniques so that you can actually tell it and share it on camera. You're not used to being a version of yourself in a vacuum. There's no one here telling me, whether verbally or subconsciously, giving me stimuli and cues, telling me who to be, right? And I'm a former people pleaser. I understand what it's like to shift who you're being based off of who you're around.